They will be crushed. This what happened in Bui should send a message to the ADF and the AGOVC that this interim government would no longer sit down to negotiate with you out there.
My country people them. So this video will be being made by Chris Anu about the Bui massacre. I hope we never forget. General Chacha, where he be the work under the so-called interim government, he be catch 39 Amber boys them under the ADF. He kill all of those picking them, bury them for one hole. Then Chris Anu, he go live for Facebook, he go talks with it. They will be crushed. He talk now to ADF, and then he talks to them say, the interim government in no go ever should down for negotiate with the ADF. So my country with them. Chris Anu call himself a communication guy for the so-called interim government, and I waited that way talk said they will be crushed. Make una understand say na Amber versus Amber this. Now, when I send this clip to all the people the way they call themselves journalists, to all the Anglophone elites them, the talking heads on TV, and the people the way they go out there for radio and TV and everywhere else, go the advocate or the expect, say Cameroon government, if it should down for dialogue with these kind of people them, for give them legitimacy to this kind of terrorists them. Chris Anu used to talk and said the interim government no go ever should down for negotiate with ADF. He said they go crush them instead. And then the same Chris Anu, he can't on the expect. And some Anglophones them, they can't on the expect. Say Cameroon government, they go sit down negotiate with them, where they know if talk amongst themselves. But the things say, they could then go negotiate or dialogue with where they call them saying that they are enemy. And then they get a consensus or an agreement. It not be possible. So even if the Cameroon government, if even one consider where it would be the biggest error, the biggest worst decision ever for good dialogue with this kind of caricatures and terrorists, you could give them legitimacy and you no go ever arrive at any consensus or any decision where it could be binding. Because first of all, even if you want consider for talk to this kind of people them, like these people that they call themselves Amazonians, they be too fragmented, too divided, they get infighting among themselves, they don't know what they want, they don't get a common goal. So it not even be possible for arrive at any consensus or agreement with these kind of shit, no white blast, non-entities them. So what is the point in the first place for take them seriously? So my advice to the Cameroon state authorities, them, to the government, to the ministers, them, and every other person, to ordinary Anglophones, the way they listen me, and say, wait, make we take Chris Anu ye own advice. Chris Anu talks that they go crush the ADF for Bui. Cameroon government to need to adopt that same advice. Crush everything where they call them say Amber. Even if it takes you 100 years, we go crush them all, no blinking. We must match fire with the sensitization, with the disarmament process, and with the kumkumization of Amber shit, no white blast them. That is the only solution. Because even if you want to go talk with this kind of fools them, you no go even arrive at any consensus. You no go ever get any agreement. So what to be the point when they not even talk amongst themselves? When I think are the joke, I go let themselves, let the Amber then talk. Their own activists, them, Eric Tato, Tapang Ivo, and Mark Barretta, were na Pussy and Rat. They themselves now they come together, them three, for can condemn this Bui massacre. When I listen.
Tomorrow, by midday tomorrow, hopefully, which is a Saturday, I'll show you a live show on the Bui issue. I want to tell now, it be maybe not even more they kill them. They kill those people and they bury them. When I hear they can't talk mass graves. The highest mass grave, even for Manfred, not one day, no mass grave, no day like probably not bury 22 people. They bury 12, 18, but we don't see ambassador don't bury
exactly.
Don't bury 23 or more.
22.
Yes, no, 22 because funny picking them. I talk with funny picking them. They did in 70 for camp, they cry hungry. So there is no way when I come here, ambassador, and they did Bui issue, so now can make speech, you fool now go here. It be unacceptable. Somehow can't get the person wait to be have Muguza. So what? So you want to say because say someone sleep with your brother woman, make sure that man can sleep with your woman. You encourage fornication because say it doesn't happen. I'll still come back for the Bui issue. Mark, please.
Let me come in. Come with Eric Tato. A bit sorry say me, Mark Beretta, I will call names.
No, Mark, please.
No, Eric, no stop, Mark. Eric, no stop, Mark.
Let me. Tomorrow, maybe another different show. It's fine. Maybe we make our people they know. So it happened from we that the highest evil. It means even for the part, I was say even French Cameroon. he better pass this Maryland with when it's not for Maryland, UK, and Germany, and give those orders. I will say it. Because when you arrest someone lay in weapons down, you catch it, you tie the hand. Look for the hand was tied, and they shoot from back head. From the beginning from some land. And those who get those orders, they will pay dearly for it. They think, say, maybe staying in the diaspora, hiding their faces, being under, it be enough. And the one who called himself Pastor Chris Anu, who said that Amazon fighters in Bui who carry the name of ATF will be crushed. That crushing I've only been saying it will begin in the diaspora. Because the evil you plan will always go back to you. Those people you are coming to crush, they are sons and daughters of Mbui land. No one has come to the BLM land and asked that the sons and daughters of the BLM land should be crushed. And there's a lot of conspiracy going out there, manipulations going out there. Listen, me, I identify the problem. And when you identify the problem, a so-called government, a so-called minister, a so-called pastor, when you come out, what do? Your first role is to condemn. Your second role is to show condolence. And your third role is to build unity and say, what can we do? But Pastor Chris will come live and play Busan video to instigate sentiment, to make people to think, people to fight. That was